we always say that, we are Indonesia's largest coffee chain. We are proudly Indonesian, and we serve Indonesian coffee beans, and we serve gula aren. I think gula aren is very uniquely Indonesian. You cannot get that taste anywhere else. I don't have a reset button. Usually I'm exhausted because there's a lot of problems, and the only way to solve is just solve the problem, man. 2025 is the first year post-COVID that we achieve net income profitability as a group, right? In 2024, we achieved net income profitability in Indonesia business and EBITDA profitability as a group. But in 2025, it got even better, where the whole group achieved net income profitability. It's really at the back of 45% growth in top line for the group, right? That surge in top line is primarily driven by 159% growth in terms of user acquisition. Compared to 2021 and 2022, our CAC actually went down by 60%, right? That is why acquiring user becomes a lot more reasonable for us. That's why we can acquire 4.4 million user in the year of 2025. So that really contributed to our increase in net revenue per store, right? And on top, we actually started growing again in terms of net store opening. We go at the rate of 1 store per day, roughly, right? And that is because we are getting better and better at digesting data, right? We are using a lot of data points internally to locate new stores that we want to open, especially in Indonesia, because right now we are expanding beyond malls, right? Beyond malls and offices. We are branching into shop houses because at that scale, that is the only inventory available for us to grow further. Internally, I always challenge my team, right? They come from various different backgrounds and age, and I always tell them that we need to be, a tech company selling coffee, right? We need to rely on data. We need to acquire customer. Marketing is usually just billboard and TVs, whereas for us, marketing for us is acquiring a new user, because that is the most tangible, benefit to the company. Singaporean really likes their coffee to be cow, right? And that is why, compared to say Philippines, where we only put 1 shot inside the coffee, actually our regular in Singapore have 2 shots of Arabica. Singaporean really like LTOs. Because whatever LTO that I launch, Singapore will always have the highest units sold daily, right? For example, we launched pistachio, we can sell like 100 cups per day per store, right? And no other country can even come close to that, right? Or when we launch, I think, tiramisu, that one is like 50 cups sold per day per store. In Singapore, it's not growing as fast as what we envisioned originally. And the biggest reason is simple, it's actually rent. Finding location with reasonable rent in Singapore is definitely a lot harder than Malaysia or Indonesia. Actually, the payback in Singapore is higher than Malaysia, but I don't think we can open as fast as Malaysia or Indonesia simply because the rent ask is too high compared to other country. Even in Malaysia, we adjusted a lot of things from our first year, right? For example, we had a lot of teh tarik and Thai tea when we first opened. But then apparently our customers say our teh tarik is an embarrassment because Malaysian is quite proud of their, teh tarik, right? So we took them out, we changed it to something else. We don't always get it right the first day, but we just need to listen to our customers, adjust the experience accordingly, not just from taste, but then from the whole customer experience as well. Every market is very different. You need to customize the experience, the price, and the taste, more importantly. And that's how you win against challenges or other competitors in other country. Because what I noticed, a lot of companies don't tend to localize. The chance of opening in ASEAN country is the same as the chance of opening in the Middle Eastern country, right? Because you still need to localize either way, right? And that is why you need to rely on either local talent or local partner, right? Because you cannot understand it from just getting research data. Research data would never be enough. The sentiment has not been great in Indonesia. It is a fact. However, we realized that the best way to come out of macro uncertainty is sometimes to play offense, right, rather than defense. And that is why in 2025 we invested heavily in customer acquisition, and that's why we were able to achieve that 15% SSSG. Is because consumer sentiment might be down, but then if you acquire enough user and retain them inside your digital environment, then obviously you are able to still grow despite the macro challenges. We need to start future-proofing the business earlier rather than later, simply because it takes years for you to get the engine rolling, right, in every country. For example, Malaysia, right? We were unprofitable on an EBITDA level in 2022. I think we were only able to open like 10 to 30 stores per year. Any company that tries to open 200 in their first year is just bound for a lot of failures and cash burn, right? This growth needs to be gradual, just like Indonesia. In Indonesia, in the first year we opened 1 store, second year we opened 50 stores, and then 200 stores, right? It's gradual, right? So that is why starting this journey early on is more important than suddenly when you hit that plateau and then you tell yourself, oh, let's open 200 stores in the Philippines. It just doesn't work that way. I think for the next 5 years, Indonesia will still be the dominant source of growth and profitability for the group. Overseas revenue will never be equal to Indonesia because the rate of growth between Indonesia and international are very different. This year alone, we're opening 330 from Indonesia alone, right? Whereas international, fastest is Malaysia, where we plan to open 75. And the rest of the market would hover around 10 to 20 stores, right? So it's not just the baseline is different, but then the rate of growth is different as well. I would say global expansion is a mean of one, future-proofing the business, and number 2 is to realize our ambition to become a global brand. I don't think growth can come from a single country. It's very hard for me to imagine opening 5,000 stores from just one country alone. Imagine that I have 10 countries where I tell them, oh, can you open 20 stores this month? Then that's 100 stores per month, right? Which is 2,400 stores per year. What I would advise to younger startups is to play the long game. There was a period where a lot of startups are chasing GMV, whereas I think if your company stays true to achieving long-term profitability in mind, then you have the freedom to do what you want with your company, when to list or what to do, what exit you want. Having that profitability really gives you that freedom and flexibility. That's why play the long game, always focus on profitability as a company.